Good evening, guys. We're going to be looking at how to build a simple login system using PHP session. And in this tutorial, I'll be taking you through a system like this, a simple login system whereby you can enter your name, Jerry, and any password related to your name, and click on the sign in button, and it takes you in saying, hello Jerry, welcome to Celebrities Park, New G's, blah 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 blah. Now, how did I build this? This system allows you to use PHP session even without a database. Now you can also click log out to get back to this front page. By the way, what is PHP session? PHP session is an alternative way of storing data from one page to another. Just as we saw, I entered in my name, Jerry, and by the time I clicked on sign in, it was able to take the name Jerry to the next page. Hello Jerry. So sessions allow you to take information from one page to another, as in Facebook. Whenever you log in, your name on Facebook shows when you have logged in. Session allows you to take information from one page to another. So let's get to work using Sublime Text. This is the home page. I'm still going to go through this code, but the first thing is the design we have. If you want to come up with something that looks like this, you have to go into the CSS. I'm going to scroll through the CSS so you can type in the code yourself. This is the CSS code explaining the design and everything that was done. So you too can just pause the video and write the code for the CSS. Now let's jump into the index page. The index page, for you to use PHP session, you have to start the session and you have to then reference a session variable after you have entered the value from your form. Now I'm going to take each of this code step by step, especially the PHP side of things, but the HTML I'm going to leave them, and we'll have our project. Now, in order to achieve this, the very first thing you do before you use a PHP session is to start the PHP session. And how do you start the PHP session? By using the session function known as session start. Okay, so the session start declares the variable that is known as PHP sesh ID, which stores the session in the server, allowing you to have the information stored in the session across different pages. Okay, now I'm going to come into the form. Now this is the form. The form I'm looking at, once the submit button is clicked, I can use the information placed in the username field as a session sent to the next page. Now I'm going to come here and pick up the information. The first thing is to check if user clicked form. Then once I'm done with that, I can get form values, and after which I can set session variables, and later on I can redirect the user. Okay, now to achieve this, I need to use the PHP if statement. I'm going to say if is set is used to check whether the button was really clicked, and my form method is post. So I'm going to say if is set $_post of the login button here. I'm going to pick up login. Alright, then I'm going to start every other thing and just take these guys in so I can make use of it later on. Now to get the form values, I'm going to set variables. Username is equal to $_post of the username. Alright, okay, then I'm going to also get the person's password, although I won't be using the password in this video. I will use that when we get to making use of databases. In this tutorial there will be no database, but we'll still use the session variable. So I'm going to just use the user variable. Now I'm going to create a session variable using the username. And how do I do that? By saying $_session username, alright, is equal to, just going to paste this in. Alright, then after this I'm going to redirect user using the header function. The header function allows you to redirect or give a header information. Now I'm going to tell the computer to go to the location dashboard, which is the home page of the user. This is the dashboard. Okay, now let's clear out this code. I'm still going to write them when we come back. I'm going to write them again. So let's look at this. Now if I put in my code, Harry, my username Harry, password whatever, and login. Now there is an error on line 36. I made an error with a curly embrace, and that's on line 36. I didn't put a semicolon after the header, so it gave me an error. So let's go back, try it again. Harry whatever, sign in. Now it works. The header is redirecting, but we don't have the name here. So now to get that settled, I'm going to come in to the dashboard. Now we are supposed to redirect to the dashboard. Okay, so now what's going to happen inside the dashboard? I want to tell the user we know you have arrived. So I'm going to come here just like I did in the previous page. I'm going to start session. Very important, you don't use session until you start it. You have to tell the PHP server that you want to use it. So you say session start, then here hello. All right, let me just change it. I can say hi. Now I will need to get the user session variable which we set here, so that it shows on the dashboard of the user who has logged in. Just like when you go into Facebook, you see your name when you log in. Now I'm going to just say PHP if is set. I'm going to say is set. I'm going to say $_session. Alright, I just want to get the username to know whether it was set. So if this username was set, all I want to do, clearing out some of this code, ensure I close my PHP to avoid errors, and I can now echo whatever we have in the session username. So whoever that user is, the name will show. Alright, now I'm gonna put a semicolon there. Make sure everything is neat and cleaned up. So now with this, I can save. Alright, come in here. I'm just gonna come here and say Kelly. I'm gonna say the password, whatever, and sign in. Now I can see hi Kelly. Now the session variable was able to read Kelly. Now I'm going to write a logout script to enable us kill whatever session variable that was created. It's a simple step on logout. Now I'm going to show you the code, then clear it out and explain each step of the way. Now this is the logout, is everything we have in here. So now let me just take everything out and then explain them one after the other. Just like I said earlier on, you always have to create the session start. It tells the system you're about making use of it. Then when you are about logging out, you want to remove the value that was set by the session. So you have to unset. It's not really necessary to do unset, but then when you have just a little value to remove, you can use unset. But when you have a way number of session variables set, you can use the next line of code I'll be introducing. Now I'm going to just say unset the $_session, the username of this user. We want to remove that. Okay. Then finally you have to destroy the session completely. This particular code removes everything, whether the password, the username, the blah, everything goes. Now finally you have to take the user back to the login page. And how do we do that? We still use the header function. We'll say location. We are taking to the location, and our home page is index.php. Now with this we can easily log out. Now when I click on logout, it's going to remove Kelly. So if I click logout and try to go back, you say hi, but there is nothing there. There is absolutely nothing. It cannot recognize Kelly again. So now if I come back here, say Johnny, all right, Johnny, and whatever, login. So I say hi Johnny, and that's the value that was given to the username session variable. Now if I click on logout, it does the same thing. It removes this value. I hope this video was useful to you. In the next video, we'll see how to connect a database such that when you are registered, you can log in, and when you sign in, the system tries to find out whether you are a certified user on the Celebrities Pack. Thank you once again. I hope this video was good to you. Thank you.